So the process of meditation and becoming more conscious is to see where we have become stagnant. So whenever you find yourself with some strong opinions or an image of yourself that you need to protect, or identification with roles and beliefs about yourself, these are all limitations. Whenever I identify with anything in the external world or an image of myself, that's a closed system. That's something I need to protect, and that's something I want to keep in equilibrium. So I want to deny anything that creates a disturbance within me of my self-image, my emotion, my feeling of pleasure or happiness, right? I want to keep things the same, and that's the movement literally towards decay. And that's when we have energy blocked in the system, and it becomes entropy. In other words, it becomes degraded energy, and it changes the molecular structure of the physiology and of the mind. And we see this in the same way now. The findings are that people who use their mind less in old age, and they get stuck in these decayed patterns, and they don't continually move through the stages of life, like when I'm old I prepare for my death. Instead of that, no, they want to live forever. That's a perfect example. So we shut down awareness, shut down intelligence in the service of equilibrium, in the service of keeping things the same and avoiding disturbances. This is the antithesis to life, the living principle. The antithesis, the destruction of life. This leads to entropy and decay. And we see this in the form of Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer's disease, which both can be, the progress of which both can be stopped or reversed through meditative practices, consciousness expansion. In other words, waking up again the mind as a complex adaptive system. So when we talk about these practices, the idea that meditation is to calm the mind and quiet things down is utter garbage. It's an utter misconception. Consciousness, the raising of consciousness, which is the sole purpose of meditation, mind-body consciousness, mind-body sensitivity and awareness, is to generate an explosion, an awakening, an alertness and intentness and exuberance that one has never experienced before. Because no matter at what level you are, you could always increase your cognitive or conscious capacity to a point which we find there is no limits. No one has really found a limit to that yet. But if you're not practicing, you're missing out. So meditation is to embrace the ability to see where energy is blocked, where I'm living in the decayed entropic systems within the body. Energy is blocked. It's not moving freely anymore. So consciousness, ideas and thoughts, we get back to the idea, pass through consciousness. We don't identify or attach ourselves to emotions, feelings, thoughts, sensations, ideas, images. We allow them to pass through cleanly, and we remain pure consciousness, pure awareness, a complex adaptive system, which is the human mind, and when it is open. So consciousness allows us to unlock that potential with the mind, because we know that we can, with enough practice, we can control the mind. So consciousness is greater than the mind. So then the mind becomes a powerful tool. That's meditation.